SpaceX's focus on Mars, skipping lunar rovers, different research objectives. SpaceX, a leading aerospace company, is prioritizing resources and technology for the development of rovers on Mars, while not yet deploying similar technology on the Moon. This difference reflects differing research objectives for the two celestial bodies. Missions on Mars aim not only to explore the geology, but also to search for evidence of life, collect rock and soil samples, and test technologies for future long-term missions. This requires rovers capable of traversing complex terrain and sustained operation, necessitating more sophisticated designs to endure the harsh Martian environment. Conversely, SpaceX's lunar missions primarily focus on prospecting for minerals, establishing research stations, and laying the groundwork for future spaceflights. These missions often concentrate on specific locations, requiring less extensive mobility and continuous operation compared to Mars. The difference in mission scope directly influences the design and development needs of the rovers. In summary, SpaceX's Mars focus relates to its long-term ambition for exploring the potential for life and establishing a presence on the red planet. Its lunar operations, meanwhile, serve as a stepping stone for future missions, rather than a primary immediate goal. This prioritization shapes the evolution of SpaceX's rover technology. Technological hurdles and cost differences between Martian and lunar missions. Developing rovers for Mars presents significantly greater technological challenges than for the Moon. The harsh Martian environment, characterized by extreme temperatures, intense radiation, and challenging terrain, requires rovers with exceptional resilience, high energy efficiency, long-term operational capability, and advanced automation are critical for rovers to function effectively and last for extended periods on Mars. Conversely, while the lunar environment poses certain challenges regarding terrain and resource availability, it is considerably less demanding than Mars. While Martian rovers require versatile mobility over complex surfaces, lunar rovers could prioritize specific functions like material transport or traversing volcanic or rocky terrains. Cost considerations also play a significant role. Designing and building a rover capable of enduring the rigors of the Martian environment necessitates substantial resources. Developing a rover for more straightforward lunar exploration tasks could potentially save considerable costs, especially in the initial stages of development. These significant differences in technological requirements and cost structures are contributing factors in SpaceX's decision to prioritize rover development for Mars. The company will likely carefully consider the specific needs before committing to a lunar rover project, contingent on the objectives and achievements of future missions. SpaceX's budget and priorities. Mars takes center stage. SpaceX allocates significant resources and budget to Mars-related projects, reflecting a long-term commitment to missions on that planet. The ambition to explore potential habitability and search for life on Mars is a major driving force behind the company's strategic direction. Funding is dedicated to developing cutting-edge technologies and essential equipment for Mars missions, including advanced rovers, efficient energy systems, and sophisticated autonomous navigation. This investment demonstrates a substantial and long-term commitment to this ambitious goal. The Moon, in this context, might be viewed more as a stepping stone or foundational infrastructure for future missions, rather than a primary, immediate objective. Lunar missions could potentially be accomplished using existing equipment or integrated with other missions, reducing the immediate need for significant investment in complex rover development. This Mars prioritization reflects SpaceX's visionary long-term approach focused on exploring new frontiers and addressing fundamental questions about the origin and existence of life in the universe. This prioritization is the primary reason why SpaceX hasn't yet concentrated on developing lunar rovers, although future conditions could change. The future of lunar rovers, SpaceX might consider a shift. While SpaceX currently focuses on Mars, the future development of lunar rovers is not entirely out of the question. The company's current focus on Mars reflects its emphasis on long-term, ambitious endeavors and complex challenges. However, new scientific discoveries on the Moon and practical needs could potentially shift priorities. If significant scientific findings or the establishment of a permanent lunar research station becomes crucial, the investment in lunar rover technology might become a necessity. Technological advancements could lead to more streamlined lunar rover designs, potentially accommodating the specific needs of various lunar missions. These designs might leverage the knowledge gained and the technologies developed for the Mars rovers, reducing development time and cost. Integrating novel technologies, particularly in energy and autonomous navigation, could unlock the potential for more efficient and versatile lunar rover designs. In conclusion, although not a current priority, SpaceX may reconsider investment in lunar rovers in the future, contingent on scientific breakthroughs and technological advancements. Comparing SpaceX's missions to others, a distinct strategy. SpaceX's approach to lunar rover development contrasts with the strategies of other space agencies. While some agencies have deployed robotic missions to the moon, their objectives and resource allocation may differ from SpaceX's. These differences in strategic direction could stem from differing research priorities and long-term goals. For instance, some agencies might focus on exploration and data collection, while SpaceX prioritizes infrastructure development and long-term access. SpaceX's approach may involve tackling larger, more complex endeavors like Mars missions first, followed by simpler missions like lunar exploration. This mirrors how explorers often prioritize initially venturing into vast and hazardous terrains before settling in potentially more hospitable environments. In short, SpaceX's strategic approach diverges from other space agencies. The emphasis on Mars may be part of a larger overarching strategy, with lunar exploration as a supplementary component rather than a primary, immediate objective. SpaceX's long-term vision and financial capacity will shape its next steps in the field of space exploration. Conclusion. SpaceX prioritizes Mars, but the moon remains in sight. SpaceX's focus on the Mars mission is not due to a lack of interest in the moon, but rather a prioritization of resources and strategy for pursuing more ambitious, long-term objectives and complex challenges. Analysis reveals that the Mars focus isn't solely driven by the planet's harsh environment, but also by the ultimate goal of establishing a long-term presence, searching for signs of life, and advancing technologies for future missions. The moon, while possessing scientific and strategic value, remains less of an immediate priority. Lunar missions could be achieved through alternative means or integrated with other missions, allowing SpaceX to concentrate on building a foundation for a Mars-based presence. However, the possibility of SpaceX developing lunar rovers in the future is not excluded. Scientific discoveries, technological advancements, and evolving needs could shift priorities in favor of lunar exploration. In conclusion, the absence of a dedicated lunar rover program at SpaceX is not a sign of disinterest, but rather a strategic choice prioritizing ambitious, complex goals in its grand vision of space exploration. Musk's Mars ambitions, skipping the moon for a direct red planet rush. Elon Musk, SpaceX's visionary leader, is pushing for humanity to become a multiplanetary species, prioritizing a direct journey to Mars over a return to the moon. Recent statements reveal a bold strategy focused on rapidly establishing a self-sustaining Martian colony. Musk has explicitly dismissed the moon as a distraction, emphasizing SpaceX's immediate focus on Mars. This strategy centers on achieving megaton-scale mass transport capabilities with Starship, a reusable rocket designed for both cargo and passenger transport, crucial for building Martian infrastructure. The timeline for the Martian endeavor is ambitious. Musk expresses high confidence in achieving uncrewed Starship landings on Mars within 5 years, followed by crewed missions within 4 years. His long-term goal is to establish a full-fledged city on Mars within 20 to 30 years, a plan generating both excitement and skepticism in the scientific community. Central to the strategy is envisioned not only for reaching Mars, but also for constructing infrastructure on the red planet, similar to, but focused on, the unique challenges of Mars. However, Musk acknowledges significant development delays due to regulatory hurdles, often described as regulatory molasses. The financial implications are monumental, with Musk estimating the cost of establishing a Martian city at over $1,000 trillion. He counters this with the potential of a 1,000-fold improvement in rocket technology, reducing the cost to $1 trillion over 40 years, or $25 billion annually. This necessitates significant breakthroughs in reusable rocket technology and in-situ resource utilization on Mars. Several hurdles remain. The health risks of prolonged space travel, such as radiation exposure and microgravity effects, are significant. Furthermore, establishing a self-sustaining colony on Mars involves tackling challenges like water production, food cultivation, and environmental protection. Critics, including experts from NASA and other space agencies, question the feasibility of Musk's timelines, highlighting technical, ethical, and environmental complexities. Musk's Mars plan evokes diverse responses. Enthusiasts are inspired by the vision of a new world, while scientists and policymakers debate the practicality, ethical considerations, and real-world impact of such an endeavor. Some advocate for a greater focus on Earth's urgent problems, such as climate change, while others posit that space exploration could drive vital technological advancements for humanity. Elon Musk's Mars ambition embodies a profound human desire to explore beyond our planet. While the strategy of skipping the moon and prioritizing a direct Mars settlement is audacious, it's grounded in SpaceX's existing technological advancements. This journey to Mars will not only test the limits of current technology, but also challenge our understanding of spacefaring civilization. Whether Musk's timeline Mars colonization is already spurring progress and vital discussions in space technology, ethics, and policy.